Good morning. It's time for your Wednesday wellness tip. I am Kristin Wood, and I like to hop on every Wednesday and give you a super simple tip that when you implement it with consistency, you are going to see changes in your health and wellness. And today I want to talk about balancing blood sugar. And just to keep things kind of super simple, we are going to leave the definition of blood sugar as the concentration of glucose in your blood. And all the choices that you make throughout the day are going to either increase or decrease the amount of this glucose in your blood. And what does that really mean to you? Well, when you have either a high or a low concentration of glucose, it's going to trigger a pretty significant stress response in your body. And let's just say you have low blood sugar. Some of the things that you may feel or see are brain fog, impatience, nervousness, heart palpitations, excessive sweating, lightheadedness, nausea, fatigue, or moodiness. If your blood sugar balance happens to be on the high side, you might be hyper anxious, have increased thirst, headaches, kind of be bouncing off the walls. And really, blood sugar balance is the single biggest factor in mood disorders. So a lot of women in particular have issues with mood disorders, and blood sugar balance is something that you really need to take a look at to see if that is coming into play for you. Hi, Sammy. And along with just all the other symptoms that you're going to feel when you have high and low, it's going to cause excess fat storage and promote weight gain. And that is not a promotion that I think any of us are looking for. So balancing blood sugar is one of the most important healthy steps that you can take for yourself. So today I want to give you seven tips to help you balance your blood sugar. And the first one is water intake. And I've said it before and you've heard it before, but you really need to be drinking at least half your weight in water. And this is going to help with your blood sugar because it's going to decrease your cravings. So when you're having a craving and you grab for something sweet, something in a hurry, it might not be that you're really hungry, just that you're thirsty. Tip number 2 is protein intake. Now, protein intake is going to help balance your blood sugar because when you eat protein and your body is trying to digest it, the whole digestion process just kind of slows down. So if you happen to be eating carb-based foods at the same time, it's going to slow down the absorption of those foods as well. Now, protein is kind of funny because too much or too little is going to also give you some pretty intense sugar cravings. So it's kind of a tricky thing to figure out. In my health and life coaching business, I have a 90-day Total You transformation program. And one of the very first things that I have clients do is figure out protein. How much, when you want it, what your body wants, because it's different for everyone. And when I'm working with a client, I typically am working with someone who has lost their mojo, fallen out of love with themselves, whether that's from chronic pain, anxiety, depression, just chapter life changes. I help them find the healthy habits that they can latch onto that's going to leave them looking forward and embracing their tomorrows. And maybe that's for the first time. So protein is a really tricky thing, and it's one of the first things I want to look at to get that pinpointed down, because balancing your blood sugar is a big part of getting you on the right mood, in the right mood. So the tip number 3 to balance your blood sugar is healthy fats. And healthy fats are kind of similar to proteins in where they're going to slow down your digestive process. And that's just because fats have a more complex molecular structure than the carbohydrates and sugars. There's 3 types of fats. Trans fat, you really want to try to stay away from. That's the lowest quality. There's saturated fats. These are going to be solid at room temperature. And you can have some saturated fats, but you do need to kind of monitor the consumption of those. And then there's the unsaturated fats. And these are the healthy ones that are shown to help with blood cholesterol, reduce inflammation. And if fats kind of confuse you, because they certainly did me, just know that in the coming weeks, I'm going to dig into each of these a little bit more. So I'll have a little more in-depth information. Tip number 4 is you want to count your chemicals. And I talked about this a little bit last week, but it's really a big goal for you to eliminate chemicals from your diet. You know, we've got a healthy spectrum on our life, and we want to always be moving the needle towards the healthy side. And counting chemicals is a good way to do that. Consistent meal timing is tip number 5. Now you may feel like I only need 1 meal today, and maybe tomorrow you go ahead and eat 3 meals, and the next day you have 2 meals. And you may say, I don't want to be, constricted to a meal time, and you like your freedom. And that may be perfect for you, but it's not for your body. Your body wants consistency. Your body wants to know that every so many hours it's going to be getting some nutrients from you. Now you can train it, so if you only want to eat twice a day, you can get your body on that schedule. But it just needs to know that at the same time every day, it's going to be getting some nutrients. Because if it doesn't, it's going to think you're starving it, and it's going to hang on to all that stuff that you really just want flushed out. So consistent meal timing is going to definitely help with balancing your blood sugar. Tip number 6 is sleep. And sleep is kind of like water. There are so many healthy benefits to getting the proper sleep for you that you really want to make that a goal if you can. Now when this affects your blood sugar balance, because when you don't get enough sleep, it's going to trigger your body to increase the amount of hunger hormone that it's producing. So you may feel like you're hungry, but really you're just tired and need a nap. And then tip number 7 is movement. Get your vitamin M. And I've talked about this before as well, but you just need to move. Any pocket of time that you have, if it's 3 minutes here, 5 minutes there, just move. Just walk around, dance around, whatever you want to do, whatever's fun for you, but get your movement in. So those are your 7 tips for balancing blood sugar. We've got water, protein, healthy fats, count your chemicals, consistent meal timing, get your sleep, and your vitamin M. So I'd love for you to comment and let me know which one of these feels like something that you could jump in and start trying with consistency. And I know you're going to say they're simple, and they are. But have you ever tried any of these with consistency? That's where the key is. So let me know which one you want to try and which one you really want to see me dig into first and give you more information on. And then just a last little comment on my health and life coaching business. If you feel like a total you transformation might be something that you are looking for, or something that a loved one or a friend is looking for, get in touch with me right now. I'm offering free clarity sessions, and this is just an initial session to see if we really work out together. So reach out to me if you think that is something that you might be needing, or someone that you know. And I will talk to you next week with another wellness tip. Bye-bye.